We're located in Becker Mastering, where I work with my son Dale, who's also a mastering engineer. And our room is included in the Firehouse Complex in Pasadena, California, where there's 4 other studios. They've got a really great A room, main tracking area, and then some smaller overdub rooms. The reason that I still do what I do is I still really do love music. I still really do love audio, and I love getting a truthful representation on a recording. That's one of the reasons that I like the Aurora and I like the Hilo, is because I feel like they're both giving a truthful representation of what's happening. I feel a lot of times today we go for more drama. We go for something over the top. We over EQ. We over compress. We do a lot of things just in the sense of being modern or thinking that you got to do more than's done before. And I like Lynx's approach to conversion because none of that's involved in the conversion process with Lynx. It's converting what you're doing in the most natural way. I trust it as a standard reference converter for listening to a pre-recorded source. It stands head and shoulders above any converter at any price for being reliable conversion that you could consider standard reference level high quality audio. Having recorded projects for people and mixing projects, I always was very interested in mastering. What intrigued me the most about mastering was taking things from a lot of different sources, a producer, engineer team, sometimes 3 or 4 different ones on a project, and their job was to kind of melt everything together and make it one cohesive product. And it was interesting to me how you could still have control and manipulation at such a fine degree at that part in the process, to where you could really make things sound like they were all intentionally made to go together, when the real truth of the matter is that they're just happening, and people are professional and everybody's adhering to the standards of the day and doing a great job. But sometimes there wasn't a lot of thought into the mastering process ahead of time about making everything work together. So it was interesting to see the challenges that brought to a person, an engineer, a set of equipment, and see somebody overcome those challenges. And after seeing that process 2 or 3 times, I really decided that I wanted to dig into it myself. My son Dale just finished a project, a single for Macklemore. Done a lot of Neil Diamond projects, probably mastered 12 different projects for Neil. Done a lot of Donna Summers reissues, all of which I'm very proud of. When we do reissues, I love that because, again, it gives me the challenge of going back over a lot of different sources. Currently, we're working on remastering some of Neil Diamond's his Christmas releases, and he's had 4 up to this point. In the current chain of events, we're using the Hilo as a D to A converter. I just always go to it as a reference standard to hear what's coming back from the playback device. I always feel like I'm getting a faithful representation of the digital signal, uncolored, and if there's artifacts that I'm hearing, it always lets me know that it was in the A to D process. It's not in the D to A process. I've never seen the Hilo fail in that regard. Don't believe what you read. in the perception of mastering has really changed over the years. My encouragement to anybody who would want to go into mastering would be that mastering is a people-related process. Even if they send you the files and you master them and send them back. You're still interacting with a person. It's the last technically creative part of the whole production chain. So you're dealing with people who are either super happy with what they've done and they have high expectations for you to make it better or not mess it up, or you're dealing with people that have spent every penny they've had on a project. They're totally unhappy with it and they need somebody to rescue it. If you really enjoy working with people, getting in the trenches and not just twirling knobs, listening to the music that people bring you before you do anything to it, really study who you're working with, understand the genre of music, how that relates to mastering. All those things are really important. To me, mastering was very different than what I thought it was going to be. It just was everything I thought it was going to be, but way more people related than just audio engineering. I was looking for a high quality headphone amplifier. I needed a small box that had A to D and D to A conversion, and I wanted to use the USB capabilities of a device. And I tried a bunch of different boxes and absolutely hated all the other USB things I tried. To me, I could hear it. It sounded distorted and crackly. And lo and behold, Lynx shows up, plug it in, fire up Sadie, absolutely crystal clear audio. I was surprised at how amazing each individual aspect of it was. The USB connectivity sounded amazing. The Lynx was better than anything, hands down. Headphone amplifier, plugged my headphones in, absolutely amazing. Low level detail that, even some more expensive headphone amplifiers didn't have. Great volume control. The sound didn't change. The perspective of the sound, the depth didn't change with the volume up and down. I was real surprised because I'd probably tried about maybe, and I'm not kidding, about 25 different headphone amplifiers. More expensive ones, cheaper ones, all kinds. This was the one for me. I A/B'd it against other products that I had been using that were my standards. So I knew that I could really trust what I was hearing. And I really appreciated the fact of all the hard work that went into it. And again, the size really intrigued me because I wanted to be able to take it with me on my carry-on, in my carry-on, and it travels with me everywhere I go, in the studio and live. I have a Hilo here, but I also have a Hilo that I take with me. It lives with me wherever I go. So if I'm working down at Neil's studio, I use it. We do recording, mixing, and mastering there. So it gets put through all its paces. When we're on the road, I pack it up. I put it in my pull-on wheel bag. I have I have two laptops, a Sadie system and Pro Tools multi-track system that we always carry with us. So in my bag, it wheels up on the airplane. I put it up, I take it out, we go to the hotel, we set it up. I use the monitor control function to control monitors in the hotel room. Plug in the headphones, I use that. I've got one computer connected USB, I've got another one SPDIF connected. So we can go back and forth, we can be mixing, we can be mastering, we can be listening, we can do everything we need to do. Then we pack it up, take it to the venue where the live concert is. I use it to record a mix every night of the show, a reference mix that goes to CDs, goes to iPod, goes to video. It also goes for broadcast if there's anything being broadcast. I use that as our final A to D converter in that process. So, and those mixes get referenced for years. I've been constantly surprised at how the Lynx, Aurora, and the Hilo can overcome poor clocking situations. And a lot of times when I use the Hilo live, in many different situations, the clocking is not great. To be able to synchronize the clocks of two separate computers, USB, AES, SPDIF, to do all those things, it's an amazing box. I mean, I've had one since the beginning, and I can tell you anything that I go back to previous is like a wild card. It's like, wow, what am I listening to? And this is something that I've done. But ever since I've had the Hilo, we've got a great way to record live shows, get a great live mix, and I love that it can do all of those different things. Wherever I go, it comes with me. Again, the reason that I do what I do is I like being able to be truthful with my clients, and I like them to be able to hear truthful audio, and I think Lynx represents an option for people that are looking for the truth versus some other version of music or other version of audio. That Lynx is true, and that makes me want to use it again and again.